Well, Dennis, a 9-6 win for the Calgary Flames over the Edmonton Oilers to take Game 1 of the Battle of Alberta. Our coverage here on the fourth period brought to you by BitBuy. Use referral code TFP to receive up to $50 in free crypto while terms and conditions apply. I don't even know where to start with this game or where to end, so let's go with the first 51 seconds, Dennis.
Yeah, that's a record. 2 goals to start a game, 51 seconds. Stanley Cup playoff record. The Calgary Flames. Mike Smith, I guess he thought the game started maybe 10 minutes later. 2 terrible goals. Not a lot of coverage in their own zone. Not a lot of help. They go to Koskinen. Not sure that really helped much. So, Irf, my question to you is, who's your starter in goal for Game 2 for Edmonton?
Yeah, that's a tough call. Like, I really don't know what you do. But if you're the coach of the Calgary Flames, how happy are you with the production of Jacob Markstrom?
Not happy. I'm sure Daryl Sutter will have a talking to him. It probably took some time tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him either. His glove was bad. He was deep in his net. I'm not sure what the goaltending issues were tonight and why it caused it in the Saddle Dome, but that's it was an impressive game to watch. It wasn't impressive to watch the goaltending. And so I think obviously you're going to go back to Markstrom. I don't think that Koskinen did enough that you would have faith in him to start Game 2, though.
No, I think if you're the Oilers, you're probably going with the guy that got you there, and the guy that got you there was Mike Smith. Yes, it was a bad start for him, and then obviously things just unraveled, and maybe they used this one to chalk it up as a wash. But the Flames were up 5-1, and then they were up 6-2. So you kind of got to give the Oilers a little bit of credit, even though the Flames goaltending was bad, that they were able to come back in this game and eventually tie it.
Oh, he did not quit on the game. Connor was great again, and this team was over 4 in the power play. Imagine if they get the power play going, they probably win the game. And that would be a massive upset at 6-2. Daryl Sutter can't be pleased. This is not the games he wants to win. Look, it's not a game Jay Woodcroft wants to play either. But that's not. I'm sure Daryl had conniptions in the locker room after the second period to go from 6-2 to 6-6. You let this team back in with these dangerous players. And look, Leon Draisaitl had a goal. He's clearly not the 100% Leon Draisaitl, but a very intriguing game. I think it's the Edmonton Oilers had won 28 straight games, scoring 6 or more goals. So that streak went by the boards. Just a wacky, crazy Game 1. And I'm assuming, Irf, that, I got to play the overs. I don't know why I played the under tonight, but I got to play the overs for the rest of the series in this series.
This game hit the over for the next 3 games. So I think that's what we have, right?
No Jake Ottinger in this series, bro. It's a little easier for Calgary right now.
From that aspect, but you mentioned Connor McDavid. Obviously, 4 points. 7 of the 8 games he's played in the playoffs, he's had multi-point games. So it just goes to show you that the guy really is willing his team through these playoffs. But another player I want to talk about kind of came on the map at the end of the series against Dallas and then gets a hat trick tonight, 8 shots on goal, and that's Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, Game 7 got a goal, got 3 tonight, and there were criticisms, pretty heavy criticism about that top line, especially Matthew Tkachuk not doing anything in the first 6 games. Credit Dallas, credit Jake Ottinger for that. But yeah, he arose. Look, they're not going anywhere without Matthew Tkachuk producing for them. He was his usual disturbing self, got into it with Evander Kane, and I know there was some controversy about him coming out of penalty box first and wound up scoring the goal. But when a situation like that occurs, the Flames can designate which guy they want out of the box first. They had Shillington, they had Tkachuk. Obviously, they went with Tkachuk. He wound up getting that very, very important 8th goal. But yeah, he has to produce. Johnny has to produce. Their top line has to be all in. Assuming they're going to get through Edmonton, which might be a big assumption after tonight. But if they're going to do real damage deep in this playoff run, Matthew Tkachuk's going to have to produce for him with respect to goals.
Shots were 48-28 in favor of the Calgary Flames in this game. Look, what do you do if you're either coaching staff? Do you chalk this one up as, okay, it's just one of those weird games that's probably not going to happen again? Is it a feeling out process? What do you make of this game? Because there is one team that's up 1-0 in the series now.
Yeah, if I'm Calgary, you mentioned the 48 shots. That's what I expected from this team. I didn't expect 9 goals, but I expected puck possession and dominating play 5-on-5 because Edmonton's not a good 5-on-5 team. They showed it tonight. They did rally very bravely to get back to 6-6 when everybody thought it was going to be, you had the Calgary fans shooting for 10 goals. We didn't know it would be 2 teams combined. They were looking for 10 Calgary goals. But yeah, I think you're late on the goaltender. I think you're late on Markstrom. I think with a better game, they're not sweating in the third period. They probably wouldn't going away 7-2, 8-2. But with Markstrom's performance that let Edmonton back in the game, like you got to feel that you're lucky and you escape because usually for teams that look to upset in series, they want to steal Game 1. right?
Yeah.
And Edmonton had an opportunity to steal game one. They didn't get the job done. But I think it's a more confident team saying, hey, you know what? With all the talk about how great Markstrom is and how great their defense is, we can score on this team. They have to be much more tighter defensively. Didn't like Rasmus Anderson's goal to win the game, basically the game winner, because he was standing in front of the net with no coverage. So to me, you got to expect better from Jacob Markstrom to Calgary, and you got to think Edmonton saying if we tighten things up 5-on-5, we have a puncher's chance to win the series.
Yeah, the one good thing that the Flames have going for them is that they're up 1-0 in this series, and they'll likely get their best defenseman, that's Chris Tanev, back in the lineup at some point. Dennis, thank you very much for this, explaining this wild, weird, and wacky Wednesday that was Game 1 of the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. And as always, our coverage here on the fourth period brought to you by BitBuy.